my name is Tank. Today we're talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. I'll be giving you my thoughts about where we are in the market as well as where I think we might be heading in the short to near future. Before I jump into the charts, let me quickly remind you guys that I do have a giveaway happening on this channel where I will be giving away a 50-inch flat screen TV to one lucky subscriber once we hit 1,000 subs. So all you have to do, guys, is like and subscribe to the channel, and when we hit 1,000, I will be giving away at random live here on YouTube a 50-inch flat screen TV to one lucky subscriber of this channel. With that being said, guys, let's take a look at CoinMarketCap to see how we're doing as an entire market. Right now, we're sitting at $1.93 trillion for the market cap of crypto. Yesterday, we were above $2 trillion. Again, we have been coming in and out of that $2 trillion range over the past few days, to be honest with you. And I told you guys a few videos ago to expect some volatility as we're coming up and trying to recapture $2 trillion for the entire market. It's a big milestone. It's a big milestone. We should be expecting that, guys. With that being said, let's go over to Bitcoin's 4-hour time frame to see how we're doing currently. Right now, we are dealing with some sell pressure, but all in all, guys, I honestly think this is totally healthy looking. This was needed. This should have been expected. If we zoom out, ever since we initiated this pump to the upside on the 21st to where we are now, we have pumped up about 54%. That's massive, guys. That's not even all the way to the tippy top of where we got. We just to where we are now. That's 54% to the upside over 28 days. Look at the bigger picture and get a really good perspective of what we're currently dealing with instead of looking and hyper-focusing on the smaller time frames, because you're going to get cut up. You're going to get cut up doing that. I promise you. 9 out of 10 times, if you just hyper-focus on the micro movements of these charts, you're going to get cut up and you're not going to last. You have to zoom out. So if you zoom out, you can see all in all, we're still doing fairly well. We're doing fairly well, guys, ever since starting this pump back to the upside. In fact, we've gone through these movements once before. Let me show you guys what I have here on the charts. If you guys haven't noticed, we've gone through this once before on this rally to the upside. And what happened when we came down on a double-digit pull down, guys? We pumped. Everybody got all bearish saying that this was the fake out. This was it. And what happened? People got wrecked yet again, just like they got wrecked right here. So before you guys draw your conclusions, make sure you zoom out and get a better idea of what we're looking at as a whole. Now, outside of the charts, if you guys do some homework, you guys will see that more and more people are pulling Bitcoin off the exchanges. In fact, there's less and less Bitcoin to be bought and sold on exchanges currently. And that's a really bullish sign. So there's that to keep in mind. Secondly, right now on the charts, even though we've been staring at, just like everybody else, we've been staring at this bearish ascending triangle, which has a high probability of us breaking down and out of, which we just did. Even though we were looking at that, I've been showing you guys recent price action for Bitcoin. I've been showing you guys this 50 EMA, and I've been showing you guys how many times we've been testing resistance compared to testing support or the floor down here, right? This was a really weak trend line for support because we only had one touch previously, but we came down here and we tested it along with the 50 EMA. And right now, this looks just like what we did here, guys. If patterns don't completely repeat themselves, but rhyme, we got to find the rhyme in the current price action, right? That's all we can do as retail traders and or investors, is we can only work with what's in front of us. So we can only work with what we have in front of us as far as the chart goes. We can only stick with TA and past price action. We're not market movers. We're not big money. Let's be honest with you. There's very few people that have that power, but they're out there. I'm not ignoring that. These people that initiate the snowball, that start the dump, are out there at any given moment. If they feel like they had a bad sandwich or their bad cup of coffee, or they just feel dumpy, they want to turn it around on us, it can happen. It's a real thing in every market, not just crypto. I hate when people use that, oh, that's why I don't like crypto, because it's a Ponzi scheme. There's people with a lot of it that got in early. It's like that with anything, guys. Are you serious? With any stock, with any asset, some people have gotten in a lot earlier than you or me or anybody else, and they hold a crap ton. You know, that's the truth with everything. It's not a Ponzi scheme just because somebody else realized it before you. That doesn't devalue the asset just because somebody else saw the potential before you. That just makes them smart. That's all it is. It's healthy. It's normal, right? Buy low, sell high. That's the only thing they're doing. They're doing the same thing, just on a larger scale. Anyway, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I just hate it when people use that argument. I'm like, it's not even an argument. That's legit in every market. Anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about here. So this ascending wedge, right? We were testing resistance and we had a weak support line right here. We told you guys yesterday's video, 3 things that were going to happen. Either we bounce off the 50 and the support line and rally back up, which obviously we didn't do that. Or we were just going to go sideways here while altcoins do their things over the next 2 months, which kind of looks like what we're doing right now. It's a little bit too early to say for sure that that's what's happening. Or we just dump. Or we poop our pants. That's a legit worry to have, guys, because like I said, at any given moment, that's a real possibility. You got to understand. You got to be prepared for all scenarios. And right now, it looks like we're just kind of going sideways. We're doing number 2 out of the 3 possibilities that I gave you guys yesterday. Let's take a look at the TA that I have. And again, I'm keeping it real simple. So we broke out of this bearish ascending triangle. Big deal. We kind of knew that was going to happen. If we look at the overall movement over the past 28 days or so, we're still in an uptrend. We've still made massive gains. We need to realize pullbacks, healthy pullbacks, in order for us to see healthy price increases on these assets. So again, totally normal. We got to expect pullbacks or drawdowns. They should be welcomed. They should be welcomed, guys. We need them. So we had a small pullback right now. Matter of fact, let's actually take a look at that and give ourselves some perspective about what we're currently dealing with. From the high, which was about $48,000, to where we are now, we have currently only pulled down 6.29%. Now I say only because that's still a single digit percent drawdown, guys. I don't care. That's totally normal. I've said this before in past videos. I think drawdowns between 6 to 8% are normal. I think they're totally, if you've been in the space, you would probably feel the same way. They're totally normal, especially after pumping up, 50, 60% over the past 28 days. Those are normal pullbacks. Those are nothing. Like I said, it is still on the chart right here. This was a double-digit drawdown that, we went through, and we still pumped to the upside. We came down here. That was 12.19% drawdown over 4 days. So right now, what we're dealing with, just to give you again some perspective on the current price action, this is over 2 days, and we've drawn down half of that. So say we do exactly what we just did before we start pumping to the upside, because again, if patterns don't repeat themselves but rhyme, we got to look for the rhyme in the pattern, right? So even if previous price action repeats itself and rhymes like it did previously, and we come down to 12 for Bitcoin, that would put us at 42,000. Roughly about 42,000, which would still, when we zoom out, be totally healthy. Totally healthy and totally respectable. It'd be normal. It'd be something that we already went through. Again, guys, I use this analogy all the time. We've been to this dance. We know these dance moves. In fact, we're dancing with our ex-girlfriend. We're comfortable here. Don't go freaking out just yet. I know a lot of people are getting really, really bearish. But, again, just for some clarity and perspective, you guys got really, really bearish here. And then what happened? You guys got wrecked with a short squeeze. You guys got really, really bearish here saying that this was the moment. And then you guys got wrecked with a short squeeze. I'm not putting you guys down. I'm just saying don't front run the market. Let the market tell you what it wants to do. Be prepared for all scenarios, because that's what smart traders and or investors do. They don't over leverage. They don't overextend. They practice proper risk management. Like I always say, you take profits as you see them, and you prepare for the moves as they come. Don't try to predict it, because you're going to get wrecked. Like I said, looking at smaller time frames and trying to predict things, you're going to get wrecked. That's not advice. That's the real thing. So right now, let's deal with what we got right now. As you guys can see with these red lines that I had here, because I wanted to separate them. As you can see, we're just ping-ponging through support and resistance right now, and we could keep doing that, still making a slow climb to the upside. Look, guys, if this support line holds up and we keep touching it and bouncing off of it, we are still making a slow climb to the upside, and that's okay. Technically going sideways, but we are climbing as we go sideways, which is still momentum to the upside. It's totally healthy, guys. Totally normal. So that's what I'm seeing right now for Bitcoin. I'm going to stick with the 4-hour time frame, because I don't really think there's a need to go and look at lower time frame, because like I said, I think right now that would be a bad thing to do, because you're just getting caught up and hyper focusing on the things that really don't matter. It really doesn't matter. Lower time frames really don't. The only thing you should be doing when you're looking at lower time frames, if you have the volume as a trader, is trying to get a position in or out. That's what you should be doing with lower time frames. But if you're looking at higher time frames and what you actually think was going to happen over the next 24 to 40 hours, just stick with the higher time frames, 4 hour and up, guys. Really, that's all you really need to stick with. Maybe 3 hours and up, but I like to stick with 4 hours and up. Just, not financial advice, just what I like to do. So right now, if I look on the 4 hour time frame, we can see our Market Cipher B, which is the lower section of this chart. We see that the RSIs, which, came down quite a bit, have now started to flatten out over the past few hours. They're just going sideways here. Let me actually zoom in on this so you guys can kind of see this. I'll drag it up as well. So this section right here is Market Cipher B. The RSIs have come down quite a bit, and now we're going flat right here. We've printed a pretty good anchor. We recently just got a buy dot here on Market Cipher B, which is, again, another pretty good bullish signal. But something to keep in mind, we are in the red as far as money flow goes. So right now, again, I like to see 3 confirmations before I get in on a position. And then I like to cross-reference that with other lower time frames. But since I'm not doing that, I'll just give you my honest opinion about the 4 hour time frame. Right now, I would just kind of sit back and let the market do its thing. I wouldn't be overly bearish, and I wouldn't be overly bullish about this level. In fact, actually, if I zoom out here on the charts, I think I did this with other. I don't think I actually did it. Excuse me if I didn't. I don't think I did it for, I didn't do it for Bitcoin. Let me move on over to Ethereum and show you guys what I've done as far as my trading goes and when I'm going to be laddering in on some of my positions. But that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. What I was going to show you, let me move it over to Ethereum because I have it charted on Ethereum. These red lines here are they're my prep lines, if you want to call it that. That's what I'm preparing for. Like I said, I'm conservative. I like to protect my assets. I like to protect my money. I'm ready for all movements within the market, guys. And to be honest with you, if you guys are looking at this right now going, what? There's no way we're coming all the way back down there. Look, I agree with you guys. I don't think we're going to come all the way back down there, but I'm prepared for coming all the way back down there. We've done it before, right? We've done it before. Look at this. Boom. We were really much higher when we done it before, but we did it. We've done it a few times. So I'm preparing myself for those scenarios, not financial advice, but I think that's what a smart trader and or investor should be doing, is preparing for all scenarios. Right now, as far as Ethereum goes, I see us just ranging right now, guys. To be honest with you, I see us just ranging between support and or resistance, the same support and resistance that we've been in for a while now. And this looks totally normal and healthy to me, guys. We needed a pullback much like we needed it for Bitcoin. Right now, we're just consolidating, getting a second win. People are taking profits because that's all it is. That's all it is, guys. Somebody's emotions about where they are in their position and where they are financially in their position and how they feel about the asset at that moment, guys. People are selling after buying low. That's fine. It's normal. Nobody should be mad at anybody about that. That's what they should be doing. So again, guys, this just looks like normal retail sellers and or traders selling their positions. And right now, if we look at recent price action for Ethereum, you can see that we've actually been buying up. We've been actually buying up these levels previously for Ethereum. Now, again, RSIs on the 4 hour time frame show us that we are possibly still coming back down. As you guys can see, we're now finally flipped back into the red on the money flow, and we are on a deep anchor. We have yet to print out anything on the 4 hour time frame as far as a green dot goes. So again, we could see some further price suppression for Ethereum. But if you look at the fundamentals and technicals off of the chart, you would know that for a long-term investor, and this is just speaking to long-term investors, there's less and less, there's even more and more, there's even less and less Ethereum on the markets than even Bitcoin was dealing with. I was trying to say something in regards to comparing it to Bitcoin, but there is less and less Ethereum on the exchanges to buy and or sell than when you compare it to Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has less and less of its asset on the markets as well. So if you guys did your homework about that, you would see, and I have a chart right here to show you guys. This is the amount of supply on the reserve for all exchanges right now. And look at it. It's just coming down. It's at its lowest it's ever been. It's at its lowest it's ever been. So with scarcity comes increased value, guys. You guys got to remember that, guys. There's less and less of it to be had on the markets. And then there's also EIP 1559 burning mechanism that just came into play for Ethereum. Now, of course, there's a big caveat to what I'm about to tell you guys, but as long as the burning mechanism stays as high as it's been, they're burning more than they're putting back in as far as the supply goes. I know there's an unlimited cap of tokens as far as Ethereum has. They always keep printing more and putting more back into the platform or the exchange or the supply, but they're actually burning more than they're putting back in with the current burn rate. So if that actually stays up, it's simple, guys. It'll start catching up and actually have a good chance of becoming a deflationary asset within the space. It literally has a chance of becoming ultrasound money. I don't know about you guys, but there's too many bullish things off of just the charts for me to say sell your Ethereum if you're a long-term holder. Look, if you're a trader, I get it. You do your thing, you know, like I've always said, I get it, guys. You guys do you. But if you're a long-term investor in the technology, in the asset, I think it would just be really unwise to sell your positions if you have longer time horizons. If you can wait it out, if you're not hurting for the money, I just don't think now would be the time to sell it off. I think that would be the dumbest thing in the world to do. I have some Ethereum that I am just not selling for anything. I'll be holding it for 5-10 years. And no matter what, I will not be selling it. Now, I also have a trading portfolio that, yeah, I've been buying and selling at certain levels. And that's, again, why these positions are there. I will be buying and selling at certain levels here. But long term, too much bullish things for ETH. I don't see it, guys. I don't see the bullish or the bearish narrative actually being too strong. Right now, this looks totally normal. Let's move on over to ADA. ADA, guys, I have one thing I'm looking at for ADA, and that's this line right here. I keep my TA super simple. We need to cross back over this line and treat it as support. And I really do think over the next few weeks, especially as we come closer and closer to smart contracts being unlocked for Cardano, I really do think we're going to be seeing much higher price points for Cardano. Matter of fact, even in the short to near future, today's the 18th. I think here in the next couple of days, Japan's going to be unlocking the ability to their consumers in their exchange and in their markets, the ability to buy ADA or Cardano. Once the third largest market cap in the world gets their ability to buy Cardano legally, you better be ready for higher price points, guys. So too much bullish possible things happening for ADA for me to be bearish. Right now, this is the only thing I'm really looking at as far as my trading portfolio goes for ADA. I just don't see it. We're still above the 50 EMA. We're still above the 50 EMA, guys. We've pumped so hard over the past few days for Cardano. I just don't see it coming down hard right now, guys. I just don't. I really don't. If you guys feel differently, please let me know why. Leave a comment down below. I love to get more insight from other people who are much smarter than me. I do realize that there's much smarter people, much more vetted traders and or investors than I am. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing and how I'm feeling. I've done my homework on and off the charts. I just don't see it. Maybe for Bitcoin, I can see, us maybe going sideways, taking a little bit of a hit. But for ETH and ADA, man, I just don't see it. I really just don't see it. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing on the charts, guys. Don't forget, like the video, hit that sub button if you guys sat all the way through my ranting there. But if you do hit that sub button, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, you will have your chance at winning a free 50-inch flat screen TV. And I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a great giveaway to have on this channel to celebrate 1,000 subscribers, guys. I want to give it away to somebody who showed the love back for people showing support to this channel. So please don't forget to hit that sub button. With that being said, guys, be smart, protect yourself. Always stay in profits. Take profits when you see them, guys. Maybe not the whole thing, but definitely realize some profits as they come along. Remain blessed. Peace.